time to strap in and get ready.
The leaders in NRL SuperCoach are incoming. Bringing you the ultimate insight to help you win your leagues and climb up the rankings.
You're now listening to the Insight NRL Show with your hosts, Brain, Metrics, and Whisperer.
Hello, welcome to the wrap-up for round 24 of NRL SuperCoach. What a week. 1300s, Josh. 3 scores over 140. One of those weeks where if you didn't have, Walsh, Drinky, Hines, you've had a pretty bad time.
Yeah, or 2 of those. It's most likely, if you've had all 3, you've had a ripper week. It's most likely a combination of Drinky and Hines or Walsh and Hines. It's rare to probably have all 3. So, yeah, well done if you had all 3. As you can see, our scores were okay. 1477 for me, 1490 for Braino, courtesy of one Scott Drinkwater. I had a very up and down week, mate. I had 2 scores under 50, 2 scores under 40, a score under 30. I used my last trade as well to get me through into a head-to-head semi that I actually care about. So, yeah, all out of trades. But, yeah, mate, it's been another big week on the injury front, and we'll be talking about those ones today.
Yeah, one big one. But, I think a lot of people over the next fortnight are going to really wish they held on to a few more trades, myself included. I'm not sitting here with a ton either. I've got 2, and there's every chance I could probably just use both next week if I really need to win a head-to-head. I'm in 3 must-win head-to-head finals. So, yeah, next week's going to be an interesting week, that's for sure, because we'll talk about this obviously a lot more on Wednesday, but all of the hard-hitting heavyweight teams next week play each other. I think it's the top 4 play each other, basically. So, yeah, we can't really, have a good or target a good matchup in that sense. So, yeah, it's really going to open up captaincy and things like that as well. I did have all 3, luckily. I had Walsh, Drinky, and Nico, so that obviously set me up pretty nicely. I had Lomax, I had Ronnie as well, who both got hundreds. But then it was like a ton of rocks and diamonds. I had Naf White on the bench as well.
You're only 13 ahead of me then, Jesus.
Yeah, I had Naf White on the bench as well, 105 for him. Right. Fucking spewing.
That was a fun 2K night as you were live watching Naf for a double.
Every time I sit this guy, he makes me pay. But then, yeah, like you said, my score's poor when you think about the amount of scores I had, because I also had Alex Johnston's 18. I had Jacob Carraz's 36, like everyone did. I had Lehigh Hopewadi with 27, had Ruben Garrick with 17, and I had Latu Finu's AE for 16. So, yeah, it was absolute rocks or diamonds this week, and I did take the Nico loop in the end. I think you can never turn down a 145. But this week, if you were going to do it, it would have worked out quite nicely, because I would have gone with Walsh. So it's funny how the way things work out.
Yeah, no, I'm the same. I took the loop. That's why I had to use my last trade. I ended up buying Alex Johnston last week, sold him this week. He lasted a week. So I was tossing up between Tallis Duncan, who did really well. I was tossing up between Jack Williams, who got a 75. But I ended up buying Pat Carrigan, who got a 43. Mostly to match my head-to-head, which I was confident I was ahead of. But, yeah, it is what it is. But not too bad. And I sat Garrick. I needed to sit a centre wing, and it was Lomax or Garrick. And it was Lomax, Garrick, or Carrigan. Mm-hmm. And I genuinely debated sitting Lomax. End up sitting Garrick. So never want to praise injuries, but I'll praise the score. Happy to sit sub 20, which is great.
Absolutely. Hamo bought Tallis Duncan in this week. Very well done from Mr. Hammond. 16-11. I don't know it was thanks to me, but I told him to get Duncan, so I'll claim that bit.
That's good. Yeah, I think we were pretty keen on Duncan on Wednesday. So as per, we are keen on a player that does very, very well that we don't buy.
We claim it. Yeah. We never buy them. We just tell everybody else to go and get the good picks. It's always the way, isn't it? And Matrix, yes, Matrix off tonight. Back from Brizzy, I think, on the still driving home. I think he will be. So yeah, he's got the night off. Avoided the clown wig, so we'll have to make sure he gets that one out on Wednesday. Let's jump in and have a chat about the teams. And guys, of course, if you are watching us live, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button as well. Helps us get the show to more people. We appreciate the support, and let us know how you went in the live chat as well. Brag away if you got the 1600 plus. that I'm sure there's a few of them floating around. Shout out to Loz in the subscriber chat. 1633 she got. Very big week for her.
Yeah.
Huge. And it, it's really unlike her to tell us about it too. So, like, shout out to her. I've only seen it 3 times so far in the chat. She's knocked me off, I think, 4 out of the last 5 weeks. So she might have to take my spot soon on the podcast.
Maybe.
Let's have a chat about Penrith and the Storm. It's very rare that we kick off Thursday evening with a nearly game of the week, but it's hard to say this wasn't.
That or the first game of Sunday, of course. I think everyone will agree the first game of Sunday was also game of the week. But no, this was unreal. An absolutely ripping game. Came down to the absolute wire. Trent Liero with one of the most clutch finger blocks I've ever seen. Like, just sprinted from Marco. Whether he was onside, I'm not sure. But it was an absolutely unreal game. I don't think either team is unhappy with this. Like, obviously Panthers would love the win, but I don't think it really means a whole lot for these two. But Dylan Edwards with a 119, top scored for the Panthers. 2 try assists, 2 line breaks, 1 line break assist, 3 offloads, 10 tackle busts, and 17 hit-ups, which is just kind of what he does now. What are you doing with Dylan Edwards next year? Genuinely. Is he a contention for round 1? Because always, he was never the guy with Luai and Cleary doing their bit, but he's basically playing, and Penrith are sort of splitting now. Like, he's playing 3 deep on the left and 2 deep on the right, and he's going very, very well. We know that he can goal kick now. Are you genuinely looking at him for round 1?
Yeah, pending price. I think the hard thing is going to be he's probably going to be near top dollar, isn't he? It's, what's he average? His average this year's got to be pretty bloody good.
Mid-80s, surely, I would imagine.
Yeah, it'd be up there with Teddy. I'm pretty sure Teddy's number 1, but he'd be close. It's 81 for the season, and then after this week, I assume that probably comes up to 85 or so.
Yeah.
You're going to be buying him at 900k to start the year next year. But the problem also becomes, fullback stocks are going to be lessened because we're going to have Trell at centre, hopefully. And we'll probably have Turbo at centre. So, it's going to open up that fullback slot and that flex slot. You could be running 5 or 6 genuine fullbacks next year with these duels.
I can't think of any fullback, any primo fullback that's really flopped this year that would come in at a price. Off the top of my head, I would have to go and look. But, Pappy, but even he's still averaging, 75. So it's it's going to be interesting. We'll have a really good chat in the preseason next year.
The fullback episode might go for 3 hours.
Literally. Cleary, 1 try contribution, 3 goals, 1 line break assist, 1 offload, 1 ineffective offload, 2 tackle busts, and only 5 runs for Cleary, which is a low, but 28 tackles. We know he has got that really good base. 74 from him. I know a lot of people VC'd, and I'm sure you would have VC'd Cleary over Edwards, so got you off on a bit of a iffy front, but still, you'll take the score all day long with a 74. But apart from that, mate, no one really huge on the SuperCoach front. iPad, I feel like he's been putting up 65 plus for the last 5 weeks or so. So he's sort of gone under the radar a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, look, we always know when he gets the minutes, he's always a good option, SuperCoach-wise. He dived over from dummy half and scored as well, so there's attack in there. But in saying that, he usually finds attack in most games, IPAP. It's just a shame that he was so poor for the Tigers because it kind of leaves a sour taste in all Tigers supporters' mouths that he comes across from the Eels as, their best player and, one of the best second rowers in the game and then did what he did for us. So anyway, that's fine. He's on a better team now and has a better opportunity. But yeah, not for me. Not this year anyway. If he has a starting edge role next year, great.
I'm not buying with the draw. No, not buying because I've got no trades. But I'm not buying with the draw. But good to see if you do own Brian To'o, 61 in pure BP. So getting back to what we know he can. So yeah, fantastic for him as well. And shout out to Moses Leota, who I looped in draft to get me a win. I got him off the bench on the AEs. So shout out to him. For the Storm, mate, we had a very, very late change. Cam Munster back to fullback. Very low sample size post-COVID. It was 2 games. It was 130. So I'm not sure you can read much into it. A lot of people went into panic. But only the 44 from him with a line break. So still 34 BP. Not terrible. But yeah, when a couple of these other spine players have gone massive this week, a 44 is a little bit to be iffy. Nick Meaney with an 84, 1 try contribution, 1 goal, 1 line break. Pappy owners may have wished Meaney owners would have wished maybe he went back to fullback, but went to centre. And the big talking point, mate, Harry Grant, 86 in 82 minutes. The clutch play at 2 clutch plays actually, drawing the penalty, which I think is absolutely play on. It's in the rules. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Moses Leota takes a step, Does Grant milk it? Absolutely. Is it in the rules? Absolutely. I really can't blame him. But also, sell him the candy. Just sent the Penrith defensive line 10 metres the wrong way and strolled over untouched for a nice little 29 point at the end of the game.
It's panic stations coming up to when you Harry Grant's on, 59 or 62 or something at the end of the game. You think you got away with it, right? And then he finishes on an 86. So non-owners, a little bit upset about that one, I'm sure. But no, look, I agree with you on the penalty front. It's a penalty. It's in the rules, And he said it in the press conference. He said Penrith players know that he can't stand there, and I'm in a position where I can get a penalty. Why wouldn't I try and get a penalty? And I think I can guarantee that Craig Bellamy, if he didn't milk that and tried to genuinely contest the kick, would have been absolutely furious about it. Like I suppose when you've got rules there ready to be exploited, you'd be silly not to exploit them until they change them. So, they're the best of the game. I reckon these two teams, Penrith and Melbourne, are the two best in the game at exploiting the rules to their benefit. So, just makes them a better team, really. Like selling the dummy and running himself, great play. Bad defense, probably more so than anything, but good to, recognise that, I think, more than anything.
Yeah, I feel like for me, Harry Grant's the best hooker in the comp, and it isn't close, but I feel like he goes through stretches for 5 or 6 weeks where he doesn't do a whole lot and everyone starts to doubt him, and then he just reminds you that
It's a big moment guy.
I am that guy. You can have your Brailleys of the world, but at the end of the day, I'm still him. Can we talk about the base in this game? Because Eli Katoa, 66 in BP, Trent Liero, 70 in BP, Stefano had a 66 in BP, and then, obviously, Brian To'o, 61, Liam Martin had a 58 BP in just 64 minutes. It was a BP off the charts. Moses Leota, 61 BP. It was a very, very it was a VB hard index game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was a lot up the middle too, right? 40 points scored, but these are two really good defensive teams, so you have to grind in these games to score points, and a lot of that kind of 4 out, kick on the fifth type stuff all game.
I think I saw something that there was only one incomplete set all game, which, as someone that bets on player performance, I sort of know the correlation between high work rate scores and keeping the ball in play, because there's less scrums. The clock still runs when there's scrums. The clock still runs when there's balls out. And when there's tries, the clock still runs. So when the ball's in play for as long as it is, those BP numbers go through the roof.
Yeah, both teams competed at 85% or above. 85% for Penrith, 89% for the Storm. So there was 10 incomplete sets out of 80. So
I may have heard maybe a halftime stat. There's only one incomplete set between the two. May have flipped in the second half, but great game to start the round off. Moving into Friday, mate. Warriors 14-10 Dragons. This one headlined by someone that we all own, Max Feargay, 127, and Adam Pompey 100. So good to see that the SuperCoach mainstream picks did really well this game. 100 for Pompey, 2 tries, 2 line breaks, 5 tackle busts, and 15 runs, 16 tackles. But Jackson Ford, he's out for the season after being suspended.
Again,
but 91 in BP.
Is it?
Yep. 91 BP.
Attack. Yeah, you're right. 56 tackles. Shit. Yeah, okay. I did not. I mean, look, he's been fucking amazing for the last 2 months. He's been huge since Mitch Barnett went down, to be honest. He's been massive for them. So props to him. The Wars come into a couple of very interesting games over the next couple of weeks. I think next week they play the Titans. The week after they play the Eels. So, this is a team that we're going to be talking about, I think, at least a couple of their options now that Ruben Garrick's gone down and likely going to be out for a prolonged period of time. We're going to be looking at potentially some outside backs from the Warriors coming up against the Titans next week. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck with a 72 is probably the main man that puts his hand up in this scenario. I think you already own him, don't you?
Yeah, bought him 6 or 7 weeks ago. He hasn't put a foot wrong, apart from last week in the monsoonal rain. So, yeah. Tani Tuipiki, 76, 2 try assists, 2 line break assists, could be a bit of a smoky pod. I'm going to claim this one, because a couple weeks ago I said Uber pods to win you the matchup, and I said CK. Can you move to center? So you know what? I'm just going to claim every point that I puts up.
Hey, yeah. I mean, you were saying the Warriors fullback, right? That's
of course,
how it was. Understand.
Yeah, that's the Warriors. Good win for them.
Yeah. I mean, look, I think it's Tuapiki and Roger Tuivasa-Sheck for next week. We'll have that conversation on Wednesday because we're probably going to need to replace a centre wing. We'll talk about it a little later. But yeah, shout out to Hamo in the chat as well. Max Fine cucking him on his Christian Tuipulotu purchase this week. With all that ball going down the left, Fine decided that it was all his and the ball was going to stop at him. So, yeah, tough. Should have bought Dewey like I told him to. But let's move on to Roosters and Bulldogs. Hey, 32-12 for the Roosters. The Bulldogs, showing a few more kinks in the armour. Naf White with a double and 105. You wouldn't fucking read about it. No, you would, because there's one of two things that have probably happened in this scenario. You've taken the player performance under, or I've sat him, and it's pretty much a lock that he's going to score well.
It's the immovable force meets the unstoppable object meets the immovable force, whatever it is. Yeah. When those two come into play. Yeah,
and all the ball went left again to Daniel Tupou, and Mark Nwangani-Tawaze caught a cold on the right wing yet again.
Yes, he trapped everyone again. After everyone sat him last week, they were finally done with him. It's the Andy Toy Story meme. I don't want to play with you no more. Everyone threw him into the trash last week, and then they were like, "Oh shit, let's wheel him back out." And then they went back to Tupou's side. 3 tries, 1 line break. It's such a Daniel Tupou stat for 3 tries, 1 line break, 1 offload, 4 tackle busts, and 90 points of the best. Teddy. 85 pointer, 1 try assist, 1 line break assist, and that's it for an 85 pointer. Teddy just doing what
65
Teddy
in BP. Happy days.
Does. Yep, you'll take that all day long. Samuel Walker, 2 try assists, 1 try contribution, 6 goals, 2 offloads, and a tackle bust for a 74. Continues to do really well.
There's a player that you have to scroll even further past Gus, and it's Connor Watson with a 22.
Oh, yeah, I was still going. I was just saying, Gus put up some respectable BP for the first time ever. 79 BP, which is
nice from him.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yes, Connor Watson, 54 minutes, mate. Oh, this is looking like a terrible, terrible purchase. About 5 weeks ago when I wanted cover for Brayley, mate, he is stunk. He's lost his starting spot to Benny Iolu, and it's 22 points in 54 minutes. Far out, man.
Yeah, I don't get it. I think there's a lot of distribution going on. I think Sammy Walker now being in this team demands a lot of ball off the deck, right? So like when he goes on, he's just passing off the deck to him. There's not much running. There's not much potency from his attack. And it's not the game plan. The game plan isn't to try and attack through the ruck. It's to get the ball to Walker on the left. So, yeah, I think he's really suffering with Walker back in the team personally.
Something to consider for next year, yeah, definitely.
Not a person that I'll be buying for the rest of the year as cover for Brayley.
With Walker and DCE, like both of them just will want the ball, so it's just going to be going wide.
Yep.
And Naf White, mate, you must love this 105 pointer in your team as you play.
Such good cash generation for my team. That's what I really need at this time.
Move it in the right place. You might realize that. Cash.
Yeah.
Just be careful in 3 weeks, mate. When that 105 drops out, you might need to offload it.
Yeah. I'll use my last trade to cash him in for a cheapie. To keep that money for next year. But on a serious note, football-wise, he's been a top 5 prop in the game in the last month since he's been back from injury. He's been fucking massive every week.
He was great before injury as well. Shameless plug. I know that every captain would speak highly of their young players, but like when we were very fortunate to meet Teddy at the start of the season, and I asked him about Naf White specifically, and he was so high on him. Yeah, he put him in that sort of Jared role of just being a leader in that forward pack of that JWH role. And you sort of roll your eyes, but mate, he's the alpha in that pack. He's the man.
Yep.
I remember watching him against us, and he played 70 minutes, and he put up Terrell May numbers. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, he's a gun. He's very, very good. So yeah, leaps and bounds again next year. I'm sure he'll have another step up next year. Bulldogs though, really not much to be happy about here.
The wheels are falling off Jacob Carraz week on week.
Oh, like kick out 46, whatever. That's kind of what you expect from him on a down week where he doesn't get any attack. But what's going on with Carraz? Like 36, he's back on the wing, but he's on the left wing, which is I don't know why now he's playing on the left side instead of the right side. Because Tuala could play on the left as well. I don't know.
Sorry, I don't know what kind of big brain masterstroke it is to move your. I would say a top 5 winger in the game for Anari Tuala. That's a play.
I'm struggling. Yeah, I'm struggling to understand. I mean, Marcelo Montoya played on the left wing all year up until he got injured. And then Carraz was on the right wing the whole time. And then Marcelo Montoya gets injured. Anari Tuala comes in. and then plays on the opposite side and swaps the guy who's been on the right all year back to the left. I'm struggling to understand that. But anyway, regardless of that, 36 is just BP lows.
No one scored over 60 in this game for like 52. 52 was the top score. And that was Stephen Crichton, and he has the goal kicking. So it's a bit of a fraudulent 52. Like, wow. Crazy.
Pretty rough.
Are the wheels falling off the Dogs?
Look, I mean, it's easy to say yes.
Is it all Lachlan Galvin's fault?
Yeah, that's what the media want you to believe, Fox Sports. It's nice. You know what? It's just nice that they're not talking about the Tigers. They're talking about someone else. That's always positive. I mean, there is a Tigers background there, though, so I can understand why they're going in for the kill. But I'm sure they'll
the Tigers stunted Lachlan Galvin's development.
Legit. Honestly, they'll find a way to spin it onto us for sure. But no, look, are they struggling a bit? Yeah, I think they are. I mean, the problem was like they beat a lot of bottom 8 teams and a lot of struggling teams, a lot of poor teams in the comp. So, a lot of their wins have been against, and they brought that stat up a couple of weeks ago where the Tigers had more top 8 or top 4 wins this year than the Bulldogs did, right? So that kind of shows you that they've been beating up on poor teams this year. But, now they're coming up against, they've got some tough matchups to finish the year. I think they've got another tough one next week. They've got the Raiders next week, or it's one of the top 4 teams.
I'm looking through their wins, right? So like, and this isn't a Dogs bashing session, but there's like 2 wins that I can think of that were good wins. It was beating the Sharks in round 4 at Shark Park, and then it was that come from behind win in Canberra when they were down 20-0. And that's it. Like, I can't really think of any other like memorable win that they've sort of had. Like, they beat. Yeah, that's the only 2 wins I can think of, and be like, yeah, that's a really, really good win. Sharks at Shark Park and the Raiders away when you're down 20-0 at halftime.
Yeah. Yeah, look, and they've got the Storm next week. That's an absolute test of character down in Melbourne too at Amy Park. So that's not going to be easy. And if there's going to be a game that's going to completely derail them, it could be going down to Melbourne and getting their pants pulled down. So let's see.
I just want to highlight this comment. Going back to moving Crichton, moving like 6'2", 6'3", Jacob Carraz away from Daniel Tupou is a play, and putting
5'10" an Aratawala.
That's a play.
It's interesting. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's it. Kikau and Preston just doing what they do, which is not a whole lot when they don't get attack, and that's about it. Yeah, no scores over 60, which was a bit poor. But
and tough matchup next week. So yeah, definitely no one to talk about from them.
Chook's finding form at the right time.
They are. I think they've got a pretty nice matchup coming up. There's Teddy VC in my future against Parramatta at CommBank next week. So that could be a play or a captain.
What a segue. Speaking of VCs. Sharks 54, 22 to the Dragons. Open up the app every week, mate. Check who the Titans are playing. Mm-hmm. Just VC. We'll see whoever spine player that you own.
I think
it's a game when Will Kennedy scores 90.
Yeah, and look, the Titans are a pretty ordinary team. I think they're already in Cancun. Let's face it. There's 2 teams that are already on Mad Monday, 3rd weeks in a row. It's the Titans and it's the Newcastle Knights that we'll talk about a little bit later. They're already on holidays, so. I'll be looking at targeting those 2 teams, the Titans and the Knights, on the run home over the next 2 weeks with my 2 trade-ins that I have left. I'll be trying to target those two teams for the next 2 weeks. But yeah, it's. I feel like a lot of people maybe when you VC Nico, you can't. When you VC Cleary in game 1, you can't then go and VC Nico or put a captaincy on Nico then, right? Unless you've got 3 halfbacks and you've got 1 in flex. So that's probably the hard decision people had to make. Do you back in Penrith and Cleary in a tough matchup, or do you take the soft one? And I think it was Nico every day of the week. Thankfully, it came through for us, 145. You can't not loop 145 either. But then, if you had Walsh, if you had Drinky as your captain, you end up behind. And if you had a bad AE like last week final, like we do, you end up behind. So it's just one of those weeks. But you get 100, 145s, you're looping every single one of those.
This is the thing, right? And like, 145 and Drinky gets 160 and your AE maybe 20 points behind, right? So you lose 35 points. I'd rather that than Drinky put up a Drinky shit show and he gets 23. Sure. Like, you'd rather lose 32, but a guaranteed 300 points than risking it. Like, it's tough. Like, I lost a couple of head-to-heads today because of Drinky, but it is what it is. Like, fair play to people that held on. But yeah, Will Kennedy, 90. Take the L. Suck shit to Braino. He lost this week. Katoa, 108 to Ronaldo, 100. Can't believe I got the win when Ronaldo scored 100. Mid-season hero, Marine Roddy. 113, get him in.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be Braden Burns next year. He's going to be 600k.
He will be. I mean, I can tell you right now, I'm not going to buy him at all. But he's been good. Shane Matrix traded him out, I think, 2 weeks ago. Held him for like 8 weeks, not playing him, and then traded him 2 weeks ago. Would have actually probably played him in this matchup too. Tough. I got the Ronaldo shirt on as well for the show. I said every time he gets 100, I'll wear the shirt. So 100 on the dot for Ronnie, which is nice, you know. So you've got an 8-point buffer there on the 126-point buffer I have on you already. So we brought it back to 118 now, I think it is. So it only takes Ronaldo to go and have a shit game and Katoa to pop off, and we're back even.
Yeah, it's anyone's game. It's a neck and neck race at this point. But what a stat line: 2 tries, 2 try assists, 1 try contribution, 7 goals, 3 line break assists, only 5 runs. Fraud. Run the ball more, Nico. But 146, absolutely unreal. Was on 85 or so. I was getting some cardio in on Saturday, having a walk. Had the dulcet tones of Warren Smith in my ears, which always helps cardio. And yeah, every second sentence was Nico Hines did something, which was absolutely fantastic. And definitely took the loop on that one. AFB in a blowout, only played 47 minutes, and this wasn't a game for a forward to get through work. You would have liked him to get more than 34. I'm not too concerned. It wasn't really a forwards game. We look at all the forwards, 34, 46, 46, 36.
There was 76 points scored. Doing a lot of standing around waiting for goal kicks. So, yeah, I agree. There's no panic stations. It's not like it affected him or there's an injury or any issues like that in terms of a role change. It's just, forwards are going to suffer in matches like this, unfortunately. Tino came back for a 56.
I was going to highlight Cam McInnes. Played 3 tackles with a suspected ruptured ACL.
Yeah, what
a guy.
Honestly, though, that doesn't even surprise me.
And then ran off. He sort of ran off himself. He's like, oh, I need a sub, and just ran off.
There's a bit of Kobe Bryant's doing his Achilles and then doing free throws and walking off the court type stuff about that.
22% of coaches will be looking for a new 2RF hooker. Can I interest you in one Connor Watson?
No.
But yeah, look, his season's probably over. Unfortunately, another injury racked up. Blake Brayway, 71, 1 try assist, 1 try contribution, 1 line break assist, and only 38 tackles. That's very fraudulent from him.
Lots of points.
65 tackles, but yeah, like you said, a lot of standing around this game, and that was it for the Titans, mate. This was a couple of good scores. I mean, I'll take a Campbell 51 doing absolutely nothing.
There was a lot of panic going on. Like, you got the fraud word ended up flying around the chat a fair bit for this game, specifically at 3 p.m. But yeah, I'm happy with a 51. Not an issue with a 51, and I think, he's outscored Cam Munster this week, and it's him versus Munster on the run home. They're the only 2 5/8s that really matter. So, not a concern at all. Bo Firma with a 65, even though he got moved to centre. That's also a win, I think. He's got hopefully he can move back to the edge next week. But yeah, you take a 65, 100%. And he's got a relatively decent matchup next week too. So, hopefully he becomes an option in the next couple of weeks for you to play AJ Brimson with a 71 as well against the fullback stoppers. So not too bad from Brimo. The Sharks have managed to stop every other fullback in their tracks. Pappenhausen got 38. Teddy got 44. And, AJ Brimson with a 71. So good on him.
I'll give you the platform now just to right your wrongs. I want you to formally look down the camera and apologise to Sam Verrills after laughing at me on the podcast.
I mean, he was good. He got 79. 80. He was good. 79. Let's not get carried away.
Oh, sorry.
But did he beat Harry Grant?
And Damien Cook as well. Please apologise to Matrix as well with his Damien Cook 74.
Well, I mean, someone had to have an opinion. I'm not going to sit on the fence. I had to back my boy Harry Grant in. They were both.
What a hot take. Hey guys, you should buy the most expensive or the second most expensive hooker. He's a good purchase.
Yeah, well, because he is, and he also scored more than both of your picks. So we'll see. We'll see who's in the rearview mirror.
I've got 200k in the bank. I'm saving it. So
for next year. Hopefully you can cash that in. No, he was good. No, Sam Verrills was good. So was Damien Cook. Damien Cook becomes interesting next week as well because the Dragons have lost 3 more fucking forwards to HIAs.
We didn't even talk about that. I lost like 3 people in like 10 minutes. It was crazy.
Cook will have to play 80 next week. Hamo was pointing this out to me tonight, actually. He's like, what about Damien Cook? I'm like, fuck, the whole team's dead. So he's like the only player now that can play 80 minutes. Yeah.
Damien Cook, 2RF duel next year. I will be there.
Yeah, honestly, he's probably just going to slot into 13 and, play that role. But he'll be a decent shout next week. But yeah, Philip Sami still finds ways to score tries no matter what position he's in. He gets named at centre but plays on the wing. And I feel like he always scores after the 60-minute mark as well. Never gets you any early points. You got to sweat it the whole way through, but he always gets a try at the back end of the game.
Lock of the week, Philip Sami, anytime try score a second half.
Yeah. Or just put a live bet on. Usually you're paying a fair bit more if you call up after about 55, 60 minutes when the Titans are down 40. So
smart man.
Maybe that's the play. But yeah, Titans are the target for me as an opponent, I think, for the next 2 weeks. Let's move on to the Broncos. Hey, Matrix went to this game, would have been very happy, probably still partying. That's why he's in Brisbane after this game, because very good win from the Broncos. Good game of footy in the end, 38-28. But Reece Walsh, how good was he? This is probably the best game I think I've seen Reece Walsh play, like the most complete game.
Supercoach scores aside, this was Reece Walsh's best game I've ever watched him play. He was unbelievable. It was Reece Walsh. There was some lows, but fuck me, the highs are just, he's just like, he won the game with that 40-20. He just turned it on its head. Very Cleary-esque in the grand final, back against the wall, 40-20 out of nowhere. And just goes on to absolutely dominate. He was unbelievable, and very happy to own. I think he's averaging, even with the 20 last week, he's averaging like 87 for me since I bought him, and you bought him the week after as well. So probably very similar.
Yeah. When did I get him? Around 21.
I got him for the Titans game, so you would have got him the next week.
I got him. Yeah. So he missed round 20, and 20. No, I swear I've had him for longer than that. Yeah, I think I got him at the same time as you, but I ended up buying him like real late in the round or something. But regardless, he's been great. 79, 61, 134. Then that 26 last week, I reckon, scared a lot of people off, which is probably good for us as owners. But yeah, this was massive from him. One of his best games for sure. 153.
Can kick a goal. I knew he was okay off the tee. I didn't realize he was that good. One try assist. That's crazy. One try assist for a 153. One try contribution, 7 goals, 3 line break assists, 2 ineffective offloads, 2 effective offloads, 12 tackle busts, and most importantly, 14 hit ups and just the 1 tackle. So didn't get too dirty.
Yeah, no, we need him. We need him fresh. And you know what? Probably the biggest thing for me was there was no knee strapping for the first time in about 5-6 weeks since he come back. So yeah, very positive.
I thought he was on for a stinker because before the game, Mick Ennis said, I can tell Reece is in for a big one tonight. And I was just expecting a 9-10 pointer.
The commentary mocker. Yeah, it didn't come. Payne Haas 99. Very, very solid from him. It was toying.
Not in BP, not with 1 line break assist. So 91 BP, just the casual 91.
Just a casual 91 BP. What a beast. Katoni Staggs a 93. He was great as well. He's come to life over the last couple of weeks, 3 weeks. Of course, though, going to step up in Indigenous round. Obviously that's a good platform for him to go big, and it is the whole My House debate between the Broncos and the Dolphins at Suncorp too. So this was a game he needed to turn up for.
Is this a crazy shout to say if you owned Cam McInnes as your hooker 1? Bit of Ben Hunt. Does he have dual?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, you didn't get it?
Because he wasn't back by around 18 when they did the final.
Oh, that's right. They never gave it to him because the justification was, we'll give it to him
injury
first
cover.
Updates. Yeah, they were like, we'll give it to him first update. Okay, that's a bit annoying.
No, he's only 5'8", sadly.
Bit of a Ben Hunt pod at hooker would have been kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would have pulled the trigger on that if he was there for sure. Paddy Carrigan with a 48.
What does he do? What does Pat Carrigan do?
Tackles and a few
He
runs.
used to be good. What happened?
27 tackles, 10 in tackle breaks. Like, you got 5 tackle breaks. Yeah, runs were down. 10 hit-ups over 8 metres, 4 hit-ups under 8 metres.
I'm seeing a lot of Broncos fans starting to give a little bit of disdain for a bit of Pat Carrigan. So,
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't really do a whole lot for me anymore. He's just a more attractive Jake Travojevic at this stage.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Nah, it's a bit harsh.
That is harsh. Who did I called someone Adam Pompey last week. That's probably in line with that, I reckon. That's pretty close. I can't actually remember who it was, but Adam Pompey got 100 this week, so maybe it wasn't so much shade. There you go.
Mate, the return of your boy, Trey Fuller.
He's back. 79.
What a guy.
I tell you, we talk about hooker replacements, right? And you're looking at Ben Hunt going, it could be a good shout. What about Jeremy Marshall-King or Kurt Donahue? Like both of them.
on Tuesday.
Yeah, I reckon we would have mentioned. I think you mentioned him like 6 weeks ago. Like, keep an eye out on him if he starts to break out. 99 this week, 77 for Donahue. They come up against the Gold Coast Titans in head-to-head grand finals in 2 weeks' time. So if you want a guy you can play on a matchup, I mean, it's not ideal. Hookers obviously don't benefit that much from matchups as opposed to outside backs, but still, like, if you've got a weak middle, JMK is a guy that can exploit that pretty well. So, yeah, I don't mind him as a bit of a replacement or a cover for Blake Brayley next week either.
What are the chances we get Latrell, centre wing duel, Turbo, centre wing duel, H Tabui Fido, CTW duel?
Well, he only just lost it this year. It's the first year he's been just fullback.
Mate, we're going to have 7 fullbacks.
I mean, he finished the year last year as a centre as well. I think in the press conference, though, Christian Wolf came out and basically said they don't want him at centre. The only reason they had him at centre was because defensively it's pretty much their only option.
Yeah, but Trayful is that guy.
He's good, isn't he? Fuck, he would demand 600, 700K at half the other clubs in the comp, I reckon. Like,
Trayful, you are a Perth Bear.
They'd be silly not to look at him, that's for sure.
Jai Gray, you are... No, Trey Fuller, you are a Papua New Guinea croc, or whatever their name's going to be. And Jai Gray, you are a Perth Bear.
Yeah, either or. They're both great.
Will Kennedy, you are a Lee Leopard.
They come up against Manly next week, the Dolphins, into Gold Coast the week after. So 2 pretty nice games coming up, especially with what Manly dished up today against the Tigers. There is definitely merit to be targeting a Dolphins player to buy next week. It's more like, if Hammer was a centre, I'd buy him without a second thought next week for next week's matchup.
Your shit, just want Herbie back.
Yeah, legit. Jake Avarillo could be a shout as well. Actually, don't mind that. Right centre's a lot less appealing than left wing though. So yeah, but good win from the Broncos. Matty will be happy. I'm sure he's still partying. He'll be back, I'm sure, for Tuesday's Q&A for the subscribers. So he'll be able to fill us all in then. Let's have a chat about Rabbitohs Eels, hey? I don't know what to think about this game. Like, there was plenty of points scored in it, SuperCoach points. Like, Lomax went big, Tallis Duncan went big, Jai Gray was solid, Isaiah Iongi come back like he'd look like he didn't miss a beat. In 20-16 game with no Trell, Cody Walker came on and made an impact straight away. Like, he was quite good. I just fucking wish that he would have played some more minutes for me because I needed AJ to get some love on the left wing and he just got none at all.
Yeah. A shout out to the Bally Bentley halfway shout. What a call.
Poor bloke went down injured, didn't he?
No, see, it's a double asterisk. You know, he got moved to centre. So there's one asterisk. And then he got injured. So there's double asterisk. So it doesn't count.
I'm here for that. That's fine.
So yeah, Jai Gray, 87 was the guy. Won them the game. Absolutely unreal. Jai Arrow looking like 2017 Titans lock Jai Arrow. The first man picked my Supercoach team every year. 72 and 71. But Tallis Duncan, moved to centre after Bally Bentley Harpy went off. And I was pretty happy because I was very much strongly looking at Tallis Duncan. And I was like, oh, he moved centre, great. And he was on like 30 at the 50th minute mark. And I was like, oh, unreal. And then just went bang, bang and racked up a bunch of base at the end of the game and finished on 105. So shout out to Hamo, shout out to Lauren and whoever else bought Tallis Duncan this week. And
that try-saving tackle too, like, you don't see that on stat sheets, but fuck, that was one of the better tackles this week.
Yeah, no, exactly. And Ty Munro, 55, couldn't see him back.
Bit of aggression about him.
Yeah, did get stuck in a little bit. For the Eels, Zach Lomax, redemption after he burnt so many last week with a 126, 2 tries, 2 goals, 2 line breaks, 1 ineffective offload, 3 effective offloads, and the entire Parramatta fan base just turning on him in some social media comments.
It's always the way, isn't it?
You're not happy.
It's always the way. I feel like this wasn't anywhere near Lomax's best game either. Like, he's just in a great position, like outside Moses and got over the line. So 126 is great for a goal-kicking centre wing. That's why we bought him. Isaiah Iongi...
didn't goal kick at the end. He was like sort of haunched with the trainer. I don't know if he was winded or if he was just sucking the big ones, but yeah, didn't goal kick. Interesting.
Close watch, hopefully, for news throughout the week. Iongi was so good. This guy's so talented for first full year at fullback in the NRL, and he looks like he's been around for 10 years. He's going to be a serious player of the future.
Matt Granger, I know that you were in my DMs a month ago looking to sell Isaiah Yongi. Reach back out because I may give you firmer if you give me that and some. But yeah, Yongi was great. Played 6 apparently according to what I'm looking at.
No, he was at fullback.
I think it was definitely fullback.
Josh Papali'i played 6, and Yongi was at the back. Yeah,
with the do. That rivals Blake Taff. Not Blake Taff. Was it Blake Taff? Yeah, it was Blake Taff.
It was Blake Taff. Yeah, except Blake Taff looked like
a couple of good dudes.
He had the slick back as well, but he's got like the widow's peak kind of hair as well, which didn't suit. Do I see a K Tuolungi 65 here as well? Like, we're on Kelmer watch.
It's like a flick pass. Like it was like a flick pass. It was unreal.
Rated that little line break assist. What a gun. Yeah, shit house. But 65's nice. That's fun. Dylan Brown as well, 60 playing at centre.
Also terrible.
Yep. So it goes to show that Supercoach points mean absolutely nothing when you're watching a game. Mac Attack question in the chat. Can they award 2 try assists for the 1 try because of Nathan's try? Yeah, they can. Yeah, they've done it multiple times, often off a kick, more than anything.
Bat back and like a re-kick or something like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty common, to be honest.
Also,
but yeah, mate.
Charlie Geimer had a 5-round average of about 65 in the last 2 weeks. He just played no minutes and stunk it up.
Yeah, no good. Rough. I thought he was good too. It's stiff if he's going to, his minutes have come back and Kelmer's started to steal some minutes from him on that edge. Like, that's pretty rough. I thought he's been good.
But also, this is a massive win for the Rabbitohs. I reckon that puts them out of the spoon now because they've got to buy to up their sleeve. So they've played 22, and the Eels, Knights, and Titans have all played 21. So they need to play another game to make up for the bye. Mm-hmm. And the Rabbitohs go 4 points clear. With the bye, they'd be 6 points clear of the bottom. So massive win for the Bunnies. So
huge.
Yeah, great.
It's Knights and Titans there battling it out at the end. It's not good. It's not good at all.
Also, shout out to Andrew Ross, who keeps pushing the Jason Rolls Coach of the Year narrative. But Souths have been dreadful, and Souths have the same. Eels and Souths have the same points, and the Souths have a bye in hand. So, yeah, shout out Andrew Ross.
What a man. Let's move on. Tigers, Sea Eagles, 26-12. I don't even know. Like, we were fine, but
I thought we were going to get robbed. We continued to try in the first minute. I thought we were going to get robbed.
Manly was so bad. Like, yes, we were fine, but like they had I think they had 15 or 16 attempts on our line in a row. We decided to opt against taking the 2 to make it 14-6. And I'm looking at it going, what the fuck are we doing? And then we knocked on, and then they went down all the way down the other end and butchered a try on our end. I thought that could have been the game there. And honestly, it was a massive momentum killer for them because like if they go up 12-all, they probably win this game.
I thought the momentum killer was in the 50th second when Tolu Kola just beat 6 of us and scored the first. I thought we were going to get rinsed. But no, it was very telling. Like, we dropped the ball, they ran the field. Tommy Talau just decided to take a fucking scoot on the second tackle of a set when they had no numbers and dropped it. Oh, sorry, double movement. We got a penalty, and penalty went down the other end, scored. That was the game. I thought we were fine. I didn't think we were crash hot. I didn't think we were terrible. I think Adam Dewey is probably the 8th immortal.
Yep.
He's so good.
Look, a genuine Ruben Garrick replacement option next week, to be honest. We play the Cowboys at Leichhardt next week for anybody who's half tempted and doesn't want to have to look. It's a pretty good spot to be. Who's he running at on that left edge? It would be Jackson Purdue.
Yes.
No, is he on the right side?
Dewey's predominantly right, but
yeah, I thought so. So it's like that whole left edge. But Dearden's a pretty good defender, so we'll see how that plays out.
11th. What a world we live in.
It's so good, isn't it?
You know what?
Nice.
You know what? It is so nice supporting a team that is not shit. And like, look, we're not good by any means, but we're not terrible. And it's like, we're not good, we're not bad. We're ninth place Tigers again. This is I can be here for this.
And I'm used to that. Like, there was fucking a decade of football where we were locked in a ninth.
If you look at the word ninth in the dictionary, it was just a photo of the Tigers. And that was everyone liked that. Everyone liked the Tigers being in ninth. It was safe. It was like coming home to a warm cooked meal. It was just like, it was like having your dad say he loves you. Like, it was just a nice feeling. It was just like, and now the last 3 years, everyone hates it. The Tigers are everyone's second favorite team. That's confirmed. And everyone was miserable for the last 3 years. But We're so back. We're so back to ninth.
Yeah, back to ninth. Well, we're in 11th at the moment. I think we can genuinely jump Manly this on the run home.
We're 2 points behind the Dolphins, and the wheels are falling off for the Finns.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a couple of nice matchups coming up, so we'll see if they can bounce back. But yeah, I think Manly are on the slide. And I think I reckon we could probably win one or not, if not two of the last three. I think we get romped by the Raiders in round 26. But I genuinely reckon that there's a chance we can win next week against the Cowboys at Leichhardt. Who do we have in round 27? Pretty sure it's not a bad matchup from memory.
In 26, we play Raiders at GAO. Not great.
Seabus. We're versing Gold Coast Titans at Seabus in round 27. So
remember that game in prime time at Seabus? It was 4-0, and AJ Brenton scored in the 79th minute. That was on a primetime Thursday slot.
Wasn't the score like 8-2 or something? It was like 2-0 for 70 minutes, and somehow then that was fucked.
Tigers are mathematically possible to make the 8. Whatever. It is so nice to know that our season's done now. There's no stress for us anymore. It's like we can't get the spoon.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a good feeling. It's so nice to see Jermaine Buller back. Obviously played well 2 weeks ago. Played well this week. Mate, I reckon, morals aside, Taylor May's been unreal. Absolutely unreal. So
good. 97 for him. Like, he busts first contact more than most centres in the comp. Like, it's like Katoni Staggs areas, really, like with how hard he runs the ball. Like, that first fend on, so many of his first contact in this game. He just absolutely who was guarding him on the right? Who was right centre this game?
Right centre was Garrett.
Yeah, it was Garrick for about 20 minutes.
Yeah, for a bit. And then I assume it was maybe Burbo. Oh, no, they had Talau.
No, Tommy Talau. He absolutely rinsed Talau multiple times on that edge. I mean, Talau's not a good defender, but absolutely smoked him. So he's been solid.
I love Terrell with all my heart. Stop trying to fucking ball play. Please, just stop. There was so many times inside the 20, because Luai is not a great ball player. He just sort of skips and hopes something pops up. Dewey's not a natural ball player. And then the ball just finds itself to Terrell, and he's just fucking standing there. There was one play. We passed it to Dewey. He sort of jinked inside, passed it to May, who jinked inside, got a shit offload, got it to Luai, who sort of stood there for about 3 seconds, did nothing. We nearly scored off it, but it was so bad.
Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible. It reminds me of the 05 Tigers, where we used to just chuck the ball around and hope something happened. And Benji could make something happen back then, whereas this team isn't good enough to make something happen off the back of that. It just looks fucking putrid.
I love Luai, Dewey, and Buller, but they're not quite Hodges and Scott Prince and Marshall.
Benji. Nope, not a chance. Anyway, but
good
that's
win.
All right.
Happy with the win. Season's good for us, mate. As a Latu fan of AEA, this is brutal, man. He should have had a line break, and then should have had a line break and try, and finishes on 16, which I'll take as an 8.
Oh man, if my head-to-heads were closer this week in the comps that I care about, I would have traded him out and used my second last trade just to trade him out and not be a problem.
I think you floated the name El Brooks up in the chat.
It's more taking the piss, but
he somehow got less than Luke.
It's got 11. Oh man, I think I said I quoted it in the chat saying NRL SuperCoach cheapy Luke Brooks. He's like 302k. And will be much less after this week, yeah. So
Manly fans, it's okay. It's been 2 years now. Let us know. Are you done with the Luke Brooks experience? Can you sympathise with Tigers fans? Let us know in the comments. That would be great. But yeah, Tigers winning the comp next year. As for Manly, I know a lot of people threw the Hail Mary on Turbo to try and win a head-to-head today, and it didn't go well. My head-to-head, my $500 comp with a prize pool of nearly $20,000, sold Drinky to buy Turbo as a last dance punt, and it was I messaged him. I said, "What happened?" He's like, "Oh, I tried to win my other home league, and it just
rough. That sucks."
He looks. Shout out! I apologize to SC Cheese. If you're listening to this, Josh, I apologize. I was very skeptical of your assessment of Turbo earlier in the season. He looks fucking washed.
It's weird. I was speaking to Hamo about this actually earlier today, and it was like, what's so different about him being at centre versus being at fullback? He looked like a different player at fullback. He looked like
it's the defensive work he has to do.
He was half cooked. Yeah, all the running. all the running side to side. It looks like he literally turns like a semi-trailer now. Like, he can't actually move laterally. He has to, like, change his whole gait before he moves direction. It just, it doesn't look good. And honestly, I was super keen, and I was fucking very, very close to going Drinky to Turbo this week. I'm so glad I didn't. Because at centre, like, his job's much simpler, right? Like, and he can pop up either side of the ruck when he wanted to, and he could rove a little bit, and that's all well and good. But yeah, I think it's all the work at the back that probably fatigued him a fair bit more than what we would have thought. So, not great. Not great. Let's have a chat about this Drinky game, hey? 38-4 for the Cowboys against the Cancun Knights, who are their season's long gone. They're done. How Adam O'Brien's still a head coach, I'm not 100% sure. But Cowboys, we were calling the Cowboys horrendous probably the last, 3 weeks? And they made the Knights... the Knights made the Cowboys look like a top 4 team.
Yeah, this was not good. This was not a fun game to watch. This was stinky. The Knights are terrible. But yeah, Drinky, 2 tries, assists, 7 goals, 1 line break assist, 2 offloads, 5 tackle busts.
Him.
He's actually him. Still hate you, Tom Duffy. Tom Duffy is the reason why I don't almost got Drinkwater. I was so keen on him in the preseason, and then Duffy was kicking, and I sacked Drinky, and then we're now here. But yeah, no, he was great again. Jackson Purdy with a 72. William Vaila back. Great to see him back. Braden Burns putting up a 60. Set your watch to it. He was great. Tom Dearden with 100. He was also great. And John Bateman, 71. Shout out Matrix, who definitely still injured.
Still surely has him in his team. Shout out to Jeremiah Nano with the most Jeremiah Nano fucking stat line you've ever seen, with a try and a 46. So, that's that is set your watches to death tax. It's death taxes and Nanai to go sub 50 with a try. What a purchase that was.
Your TRF is the Mount Rushmore of frauds.
Oh, it's horrendous. Nanai, Kikau, Huddy Young, and I've got Katoa. That's fine. And Aiken. Yeah, it's a bunch of absolute disasters. Listen to my centre wing. Karaz, Lomax, Johnston, Mulatalo, Nwanganitawaze, Hopewadi, Garrick.
Also a couple of frauds there.
Oh, there's some frauds. Let me give you the red hot tip. 3 or 4 of these guys every week could go sub 10.
You know that meme of like the broken light pole, but it's like the duct tape around it? Yeah. That's just my team with like Brayley, Hines, Cleary, and Teddy. Yep.
It's always the way. Anyway, I knew my team would have fun on the run home. I don't know whether I'd have fun, but I knew my team would. So, stay tuned for more highs of highs and lowest of lows from Brainball at centre wing, especially this year. But yeah, look, the Knights are a fucking disaster. So I'm sure Kai Pierce-Paul's counting down the days until he can get to 9th place Tigers.
Man, it's an upgrade. How good. Updates still not in. Had a refresh, not in yet. What else to talk about in this game? Dane Gagai. Oh, man. What a trap.
What's going on there? Like, I mean, I know he was back at centre and got fuck all ball.
You got a line holy shit. 20 BP.
Yeah.
He is generally, I reckon, one of the biggest traps of the season. Like, shout out if you got on him beforehand, you're reaping up the hundreds. But a million centre wing injuries, people looked for fullback Gagai. And
fullback goal kicking Gagai.
And now he's neither.
Tough. Who kicked goals for them today? Because I barely watched this game.
I mean, they had one attempt. It was Connor Vitano, who I picked up in drafts because I needed a fullback because Trell was out, and thank God I won. But it wasn't.
I was going to say that could have lost you the matchup.
Connor Vitano. No, this game stunk. Kai Pierce-Paul 58 in BP. He can't wait for it to be him and Samuela living it up.
It's funny because during the week we were talking. I think maybe shout out to Mr. Callio in the chat was saying, he wanted to buy one of either Best or Marju. Because they were coming up against the Cowboys, and the Cowboys have been leaky defensively, which I completely agree with. And now when we look at this, we're kind of like we took it the wrong way. You should have bought fucking Braden Burns or someone else, anybody else.
I think one thing to consider for your analysis next year, everyone out there, if you're up against a team with a leaky defense, that's absolutely great. That's a great place to look at. And then you look at Jake Arthur and Jack Cogger, and maybe just think that it doesn't matter how leaky a defense is if no ball gets out there. So
spot on. It's easy to, and again, it's easy to look at the defense, but you got to look at the attack. Like, I think if you go to tryline.com.au, which is where we get most of our try map stats, they do a great job updating that every week. You can actually see where teams score tries as opposed to concede them as well. So, like, they've got to match up. Like, you've got to be scoring tries down those edges that teams are weak as well. Otherwise, if, you're targeting let's say a weak left wing for the Knights, but the left wing for the Cowboys never scores tries, they never go down that side, then it's probably not worth it. So
this is going to be also learned something new today and learned that Matt Arthur was Jake Arthur's brother. Didn't realize.
Didn't you know that?
No,
cool.
Didn't know. Do you think Kai Peace-Port and Leo Thompson are going to have the longest 3 weeks of their life? And do you think the Monday after round 27 they are out of Newcastle? First time of asking.
Yeah, guaranteed. I mean, I'm surprised Dom Young hasn't asked to take the rest of the year off so that he can go back to the Roosters. Do you think he's like, fuck, I'd rather be playing Cup for the Roosters. I reckon he's probably happy to be at the Knights, to be fair, because he gets an early year and go on holidays early. He'd be stoked, I reckon. Go back home, visit some family.
I was going to say steal people's girlfriends in Newcastle nightclubs.
You can do that too. Yeah, go to Honeysuckle Hotel, take a few birds home.
What a spot! Honeysuckle Hotel's a great spot. That's a good pool. That's a nice Newcastle pool. I can relate to that reference. But yeah, this game was a game of two teams.
That believable, very believable teams.
This
both
game
of
was
these.
Believable on its day, 100%.
Yeah.
Mate. Yeah, that's gonna do it.
Yeah, that'll do us. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Only 3 weeks left of the regular season. 3 weeks left to try and improve those rankings. Hopefully, you can see some green arrows overnight. And for those of you in your head-to-head semi-finals, obviously we'll be back to you on Wednesday for the live show to talk you through all of the teams you should target to try and win your semis. So very head-to-head focused conversation we're probably going to be having over the next couple of weeks, just to, because obviously that's what the majority of people are playing for now is head-to-head. If you've done well in the rankings up until now, maybe you've and maybe you're outside of the top 500 or so. You're probably going to be focusing on trying to win some cash if you're in some cash leagues. So a lot of our content will be catered towards head-to-head matchups and things over the next fortnight. But hopefully it benefits you in more than one way, and you can increase your ranking and also win those head-to-head matchups. But guys, that'll do us. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button for us if you want to support the show, and we will see you on Wednesday night for the live preview of round 25. Catch you then.